Okay, so if Moses, wait, I already ruined it. Who wrote the Pentateuch? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Pretty commonly known and accepted that it was written by Moses. And so, when did he write that? If he wrote the first five books, the five books of Moses, when did he write those? Probably during the wilderness, during the 40 years of the wilderness. So, when we read things in Genesis, these were the events, and I want to say stories, but I don't want you to think that that's fiction just because it uses the word story. So the stories of Genesis, there are mosquitoes out here hard. The mosquitoes of Genesis. The stories of Genesis were written during the wanderings of the book of Numbers after the events of the book of Genesis. So when Moses writes something down, he's writing down the stories that he had been told out loud and the stories that all of the elders of Israel had told out loud. And so when there is a parallel between something that happened in Genesis and something that happened in Numbers or something that happened in Exodus, it's not that the events happened and match each other in how they happened. They may have, but they are definitely matching in how they were told, because Moses is telling a story that he heard passed down through the lens of what actually happened to him. So when we find a parallel in Genesis with something that happened to Moses, so for instance, Abraham gets delivered, he meets with Melchizedek, who is a priest from nowhere, but he's a priest of the Most High God, and he counsels Abraham, and Abraham blesses him. Moses gets delivered, runs into Jethro, who is a priest of Midian, a priest out of nowhere, a priest of the Most High God. Those line up and those match, and a lot matches with them. Not just because they matched in real life, but because Moses is writing down the story of Abraham meeting Melchizedek with the context in his head of his own experience of running into Jethro. So the parallel is built in, not just because it happened in parallel, but because the guy that wrote it all down had similar experiences and he shares those experiences. How do I stop this? I don't know.